faster you can act after you've been bitten by a rattlesnake and get to a hospital where you can be evaluated to see if you've actually had venom injected into your tissue, the less damage is going to happen locally. So, what we look for when someone's been bit by a snake is we look for those telltale signs of venom actually being injected into the tissue. And that's, you start getting bruising, you start getting a lot of swelling, and then sometimes you can get abnormalities in your body's ability to form blood clots. Try as best as you can to stay calm. I know it's really, really hard to do if you've been bit by a snake, but the best thing you can do is stay calm. Take yourself out of that situation, go back to your car and get to the nearest emergency department where you can be evaluated and see if you need the anti-venom. If you're a parent and your kid gets bit by a snake, pick up your child, carry it out, because the activity of muscles will help the venom spread locally, and the more you exert yourself, the more you will let that venom spread. If you're in an area where you can get to an emergency department quickly, it's probably reasonable for you to drive your child to the emergency department. If it's within, you can get there within like less than 30 minutes or so. If it's going to be a much more prolonged transport time, then I would probably call 911 and have an ambulance transport to the nearest emergency department, just so you can get that anti-venom in earlier. So the number one thing that people should avoid when they've been bit by a rattlesnake is applying any sort of tourniquet or constriction device. They likely will increase the amount of local tissue damage that happens from the venom itself. And then the other thing is to not waste your money on those venom extractor devices, because none of them really work that well. They're not going to prevent you from needing anti-venom. They're not going to prevent venom from causing damage to the local tissues. So they're kind of a waste of money. And absolutely do not try to suck the venom out. So the biggest precaution that you can take when you're getting ready to go hiking to try to prevent being bit by a rattlesnake is wearing kind of high boots, particularly if you're going through brush in areas where rattlesnakes are known to be around. So if you stay on the maintained trails, you're much more likely to see a snake potentially crossing it. You may hear the snake rattling before you come up on it. It's when people surprise a snake that they're more likely to get bit. Thankfully, due to the availability of anti-venom, there's very few deaths from rattlesnake bites each year. So with appropriate treatment, the risk is very low. If you don't get treatment, then you can start getting into issues where you start spontaneously bleeding and having issues with that, or local tissue destruction.
Hi there, nature lovers. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the wild side of the animal kingdom. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most iconic reptiles in the Americas, the rattlesnake. Get ready to discover the secrets behind their rattles, venom, and survival instincts. Let's jump in. Rattlesnakes are a group of venomous snakes known for their distinctive rattling sound, which acts as a warning to potential threats. Found primarily in North and South America, there are around 30 species of rattlesnakes, and they come in a range of sizes and colors. But what really makes them stand out is their built-in defense system, the rattle. So how does this rattle work? It's made of hollow keratin segments, just like our hair or fingernails. When the snake vibrates its tail, these segments knock together, creating that famous sound. The rattle serves one main purpose: to alert predators or humans to stay away.
Have you ever wondered what it feels like to get bit by a rattlesnake? I'm going to share with you my experience. In June of 2020, I was looking at a mint plant and I happened to step on a rattlesnake's tail. He turned around and he bit me, which, I mean, who could blame him? I did step on him. I was bit on my shin, which you can see here. The initial bite really didn't hurt. It felt like a stick hitting my leg. And I was lucky enough to be driven by ambulance straight to the hospital. Once at the hospital, I was monitored closely and poison control was called. Poison control are in charge of releasing the anti-venom, and anti-venom is only given if strictly necessary for a few reasons. One being that it can cause anaphylactic shock. Number two is that it's not that easy to come by. And number three is that it's really expensive. So based on my bite size...
But if you hear that rattle, it's best to heed the warning and give the snake plenty of space. Let's talk about their venom. Rattlesnakes have long, hollow fangs that inject venom into their prey. The venom contains a mix of toxins that help break down tissue and immobilize their prey, usually small mammals like rodents. But don't worry, rattlesnakes don't waste venom on just anything. They reserve it for hunting or self-defense, and most bites on humans occur when they feel threatened or surprised. Rattlesnakes have incredible senses. They can see in the dark using heat-sensing pits located on their heads, which helps them track warm-blooded prey even at night. They also rely on their tongue to smell the air, which helps them navigate and detect predators or food. Did you know rattlesnakes play a crucial role in the ecosystem? They help control rodent populations, which can prevent the spread of diseases and damage to crops. Despite their reputation as dangerous creatures, they are an important part of the food chain. If you're ever hiking in rattlesnake territory, here's what to do. First, stay on trails and avoid tall grass, where snakes might hide. If you hear that rattle, stop immediately. Locate the snake and slowly back away. Remember, they only strike when they feel threatened. So give them plenty of room. That's all for today's exploration of rattlesnakes. If you learned something new or have more questions about these fascinating reptiles, leave a comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing wildlife content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.